Hey, this is Jerry Visca, the publisher of Defyeneurs, and welcome to the Influence Project, one of the most inspiring issues of Defyeneurs MAG that we have ever taken on. And man, are we excited, because today we are live with Michael Doyle of London, Ontario, personal and business coach and author of the new upcoming book, At the Helm. So let's Doyle it in. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Jerry. Great to be here. Very excited about this epic issue coming out in March.
Yes, thank you, Michael. We're really excited. You know, your energy over the last few months since the top 50 health and wellness tips is, you know, something that's really inspired us here at Defyeneurs, and we've really enjoyed just seeing you take your vision forward. And you know, we want to congratulate you on getting really close to launching this new book, At the Helm. So that's really exciting.
Thank you. Actually, I just hung up from my editor maybe a half hour ago, and we're really into the final stages, and I'm super excited. It has exceeded my expectation. So, yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. It's fantastic. So let's get into it. You know, I want to share a quote. It's the passion and belief towards a vision that fuels their ability to lead with influence. I love that. So, Michael, share with us, why and how do influencers shape our world?
With that particular line, I really think it's when someone is truly in alignment with who their purpose and what they want, and moving towards a vision. Is their belief into it, the energy around it? When I think when someone follows someone, it's not just following them; they're following their message, their energy, their intentions. And when someone's in alignment and has that unwavering belief that propels them forward, then they have people, like-minded people, get attracted, and you build momentum, right? And you keep attracting more like-minded people that will support your vision and elevate your vision.
I love that. People are aligned with their vision, and they have an unwavering belief. That's the time when they can truly lead themselves. And I mean, that's certainly what is happening with you, and even the message in your book, At the Helm, you know, this idea of taking control and, you know, living your life fully. I think that's extraordinary. You share here, Michael, that really touches me. It goes like this: I will continue to lead by example and live the principles I share. You know, I love that. You can definitely see that you're walking your talk every day. So, you know, share with us, what's your intention for influencing others?
I want to inspire and help people really tap into their potential and to see that we have the power to create a reality. We have the power to follow our passion, and that it's not overnight. It takes time. It takes consistency. You know, there's always negative self-talk, and it's not a straight line, but if you surround yourself with people that support your vision and help you and be open to receive from others while you give, just keep moving forward and you will get there. It's about the belief into what you want, and everyone has the power to do that. You know, 2 years ago, if you told me I'd be doing the things I'm doing now, I'd say no way. And 7 years ago, if you told me what I would do, 7 years after that, you wouldn't think it. But it's really a snowball effect, and you just keep moving forward. I feel like I'm at a point where I'm feeling really excited. I'm building momentum, and I have my days with negative self-talk like anyone, but I have enough people in my support system, my circle, that keeps me on track, that can recharge me, and they either support, elevate, or motivate, and they just keep propelling you forward. And honestly, synchronicities and opportunities just open themselves up. When you stop worrying about the how and just keep moving forward, like I love your whole message about you don't need to know what you're doing, you just need to know why and move forward towards it. You know, Jack Canfield in his Success Principles talks about, lean into it. And when you lean into it, the universe opens up for sure.
You know, those are good references. I admire those references, and yeah, certainly Jack Canfield was definitely a big influence in my career as well. And I think you really touched on it beautifully there, Michael, that you're helping people tap into their potential, and you're right, it's not a straight line, and you just need to keep moving forward. And I think what you're doing, and I really admire it, is you're helping people fixate on that vision of what they want. But really, again, I come back to, I think the magic of your work is helping people strengthen that inner belief, and I think that's remarkable. There's another quote that you share: I have personally experienced on my journey the importance of being open to receive from others. So, share with us, how do you see your change influencing the world? What is that change that you wish to really see ripple out into the world?
I want to see change where people put time into the why behind the change they seek, right? And like I mentioned in the profile, people are looking for a lot of the similar things. You might be looking at it in different ways or wanting it in different ways, and what success for me mightn't be what success is for someone else. But people want freedom. They want financial freedom. They want personal freedom ultimately. They want to be happy, healthy, loved, right? But it's just about knowing you can move towards that and set your intention. And the more you put your vantage on the things you want and don't give too much time to the things you don't want. It's okay to know what you don't want because that's the starting point. And it's okay to feel that and allow it to go through you, but don't stay there. Because every time you realize something you don't want, you're getting closer to knowing what you do. So that's okay as long as you don't spend time there. You spend enough time to feel it and non-judge, let it flow through you, and then move forward. It's funny, I picked a card just before our call. I have these Abraham Hicks cards that my wife gave me just before Christmas. And the card I picked is, I am rediscovering the art of allowing my natural well-being, the art of allowing. And, Brittany Burt's with, inspiring others and helping others through a way of being. So I think it's about, for me, the whole analogy of a cup. I love it. It's simple, but you can't keep giving if you don't fill your cup up, if you just keep pouring. And I was a fixer. I was a helper. I was someone who thought I had to be go, 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 but don't ask for help. And I've learned in the last 2 years the importance, and I'm learning more all the time. And the more I'm open to allowing, the more I'm open to giving myself self-care, the more I'm open to receiving from others, the more full my life just keeps getting, and the more I give to others. So it's just being open, and that is not selfish for self-investment. People think it's self-centered, but really it's selfish not to. I have a divine mandate to serve others, to move the needle forward for people to live their passion. And for me, in order to do that, I need to do self-investment. I need to grow. And like I mentioned, I think I mentioned it in the top 50 health and wellness tips, but, when we grow, we have a greater capacity to serve others. So it's really important that we take time for that balance.
I love that. I also love your reference to Brittany Burt's, who was our cover story in our recent Visionaries issue, and her new way of being. It's a really great tie in there. Since the August issue, the top 50 health and wellness tips that you were published in, and you just referenced that, you've gone through a lot of growth since then. And it's funny because, it's not that long ago, but yet, if you see time as an illusion, what you've been able to really manifest and create is phenomenal. So since that time, share with us, Michael, how have you been living the energy of your new book, At the Helm?
Yeah, for sure. The more I work on the book and work on the program and realize how all the dots connect, I do walk the talk, as I mentioned earlier, and you briefly touched on that, but I'm a coach. I have an NLP coach, and she's amazing. Joanna Lopez in Toronto, and she keeps, I thought I needed someone to help keep me accountable, and she's really good at that, but she's done so much more than that, and she's cleared blocks. She's helped me, look at my company in a different light, a different structure, and I'm a trainer, but I have a trainer. I live 3 days a week with Sarah Vanasivic at OEV, and they're rocking it, and in fact, I think they just won Top Gym here in London, and I just have good people in my circle that I keep going to. I can do my own workout, but I love the connection of someone else helping with that. I can just go, let go, not think about what I got to do next, and do it and work through it. And you'll always push harder when someone's there that motivates you. My coach keeps me on track. So just having people that will help you stay strong. And I think that, the top 50 health and wellness tips, being in company with so many phenomenal people, and a lot of them here in London that I know, and like Tosca Reno and Mo Hagan, and again in this next issue, it just really, it elevates your confidence and it helps you move forward. And I think it helps me really focus on, I have a vision that's, long term, but then I've started to set goals that are more short term. Like we love completion. So, every 2 or 3 months you have an end date for a goal. You might have 2 or 3 weeks in between, completion until you get to the end of your goal. But each goal will get you closer. So I think I've just really grown in a sense of my mindset, my habits, and even in how I work day to day now. The consistency is stronger. My productivity is stronger, and my mindset's elevated. So it's been a great energy to be a part of.
That's beautiful. That's a great success tip, actually, that you touched on. You'll surround yourself with people that really believe in you, and and it really is about that. You've created an incredible and extraordinary group of influencers around you, and I think that's fantastic. I love your energy in this issue, Michael. Not only do you have this explosive profile, and we're able to touch on the book that you're releasing this in the next couple months, but you also have an inspiring column which is really really lifting this issue up. And I just want to touch on that a bit, because how does that feel to know like you're being published in one of the larger issues of Defyeneurs, and there's a huge energy of influence, and there's a lot of female influence in this issue, as you know. And what I love is that you're one of the only really couple males that are in this issue, kind of influencing them as well. So how does that feel to have that energy in this issue with all these influential women?
It feels great. It's I feel there's synergy. I feel like it was meant to happen. There was a lot of synchronicity with that column, and I was really honored when I had the opportunity to write that column. And given the topic, Lead with Love, is really powerful for me, and it was at a good timing for things that I had been learning and people in my circle. And I was really happy with how it came together, and the synchronicity of the things I used in that column. Just more and more, I'm being told this inner knowing that this is where I'm supposed to be, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't believe in coincidence, and even the last few days I'll be thinking about someone, and then 2 seconds later I get an email or a text or a comment on Facebook from that person who I mightn't have heard from in maybe 6 to 8 weeks. So I really honor those moments, and I take time to think about my energy when it happened, and I give thanks, and I don't believe in coincidence. I really honor the synchronicity, and it's the universe saying, you're in alignment, keep going. Yeah.
It's fantastic. And in your article is extraordinary. There's another quote that I've seen you share here. It's quite lovely. It goes like this: I choose to see the world through the eyes of love. I will lead with love and create from love. So, with that, my final question for you, Michael, is, what's the energy that you want to see live on?
I want to see the energy of love, and, it might sound a bit cliche, but really it's an infinite, it can't exist with fear. Fear and love are opposites, and I love how you say if you're creating from fear, you create the unwanted. If you're creating from love, you're creating what you want. But, when I talk about love, it's not just love for others, which is truly important, but it comes back to the allowing and self-care and self-love, to be open to receive, love yourself, love others, and give. And the more people are leading with that, you're in alignment, because you're going to be joyful. When you're joyful, you're connected to the source. When you're connected to the source, you're driven by purpose. And when you're driven by purpose, you're living fully. So it all starts with love.
It's fantastic. I'm absolutely blown away. Michael Doyle, London, Ontario, personal business coach, author of the new book coming out in a couple months, At the Helm, Take Control and Live Fully. I love this profile. It's published on pages 16 and 17, and we quite literally call it At the Helm. On behalf of Defyeneurs and everyday people doing extraordinary things, I want to thank you, Michael, for contributing your amazing influence to this issue of Defyeneurs. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.